Hello friends, welcome to Movie Recap Box channel. Today, we will be reviewing the film Unhinged together. Unhinged has the following main characters: Rachel Flynn. Rachel is the protagonist of the film, a young woman leading a stressful life. She embarks on a terrifying journey when she gets into an argument with a stranger while driving. The man is the psychotic and angry stranger whom Rachel encounters, forming the core of fear and suspense in the film. He remains an unnamed character and is simply referred to as the man. If you're ready, let's move on to the movie now. At the beginning of the film, the man breaks into a house's door with the help of a hammer. Inside, as a man and a woman try to intervene, he injures them and spills the gasoline can he has in his hand, setting the whole house on fire. In the morning, Rachel's phone rang, and the caller was her lawyer, Andy. He informed her that her ex-husband had written a petition, which served as a warning for them to vacate the house. Andy asked Rachel whether she wanted to write an objection letter or not. Despite Rachel stating that she no longer wanted the house and her ex-husband had the right to it, the lawyer warned her that she had more rights to the house than she thought and tried to persuade her to write the objection letter. While taking her son to school, Rachel preferred to take the highway, but they realized there was heavy traffic, and they would be delayed. Her son had been late 2 times before, and this time, he would definitely face a punishment. At that moment, Rachel's phone rang, and it was her client calling. They asked if she would be at the office by 9 a.m., and Rachel explained that there was heavy traffic, so she would be about 15 minutes late. The client, frustrated with her constant tardiness, informed her that they would hire someone else for chauffeuring services and hung up the phone. After getting off the highway and choosing the side roads, they believed it would be a shorter route. At a traffic light, they encountered a car that wasn't moving forward, even though the light was green. Rachel honked the horn for a while and then maneuvered around the car on the right to continue their journey. At the next set of lights, the same car pulled up beside them, and the driver turned out to be the man. He rolled down his window and asked why they honked aggressively instead of giving a friendly warning. Rachel explained that she had urgent matters to attend to and couldn't wait for his leisurely pace. The man apologized to her and asked Rachel to do the same. Rachel refused, stating that she had nothing to apologize for and wouldn't say sorry. In response, the man threatened her. The man continued to follow her and attempted to cause an accident by cutting in front of her car. Rachel quickly hit the brakes, managing to stop just in time to avoid the collision. They managed to evade the man by taking different routes and eventually succeeded in bringing her son to school. However, her son was still going to face punishment for being late. At the gas station, Rachel encountered the man again. A gentleman, wanting to help Rachel, took down the license plate of the man's car and followed him until Rachel left. The gentleman tried to warn the man not to follow the woman and to go on his way. However, the man got angry and intentionally hit the gentleman, causing it to cross over to the opposite side of the road. Tragically, a car coming from the opposite direction collided with the gentleman. The man followed Rachel, and when he caught up to her at the red lights, he repeatedly rear-ended her car. The man was continuing to chase her, and he cornered her, forcing her to go in the opposite direction. She almost collided with a woman but managed to stop just in time. Rachel was supposed to meet her lawyer, Andy, for breakfast, and he had sent her the meeting location as a text message. However, at the gas station, the man had stolen her phone. Before Rachel arrived, the man had already gone to the meeting place where Andy was supposed to be and introduced himself to Andy as an old friend of Rachel's. They sat at the same table together. The man had placed a phone under the armrest in Rachel's car and called this number from Andy's phone. Rachel answered the call and asked what he wanted. The man replied that he wanted her to learn what a bad day is and apologize. Rachel apologized, but the man didn't believe she was sincere and didn't accept it. At this moment, he hit Andy in the face with a glass, causing his nose to bleed. Onlookers were calling the police. The man asked Rachel, if this were your last conversation with Andy, what would you say to him? As Rachel called out, Andy, Andy, the man grabbed Andy's tie, leaned his head against the table, and stabbed the knife he had in his hand into the back of his neck, saying to Rachel, "Now, he can't hear you anymore." The man had killed Andy, and despite Rachel's apologies, she didn't believe he was sincere. Police sirens could be heard. He left the breakfast hall, threw away the phone, and started to run away. Rachel called her own number and continued to talk to the man. The man wanted the name of someone Rachel wanted him to kill, and he asked her the question, "Who is next?" Rachel gave her own name, but the man didn't accept it and threatened to kill her mother or son if she didn't give him a name. Reluctantly, Rachel provided the name of the customer who rejected him this morning. The man, instead of going to the customer from this morning, went to Rachel's house, where her brother and his girlfriend were present. He took the girl hostage and approached Andy's brother. Rachel's brother had a knife in his hand, and the girl accidentally got pushed towards him, causing the knife to stab into her abdomen. The man held Rachel responsible for this incident. The man sent Rachel a photograph showing her brother as a hostage and told her to pick up her son from school and go to the farthest place she can. The man made Rachel's brother write a letter and poured lighter fluid on it. He told Rachel to turn on the speaker of her phone and then lit the letter on fire, instructing her brother to read it. The letter contained hurtful words, blaming Rachel as the sole reason for her brother's death, calling her the most selfish person in the world. Just then, the police arrived, and the man set Rachel's brother on fire and threw himself towards the police. The police injured the man. Despite being wounded in the shoulder, the man managed to escape and called Rachel, threatening to kill her son. The man had hijacked Rachel's neighbor's car and was following them. Rachel's son spotted a police car and was trying to get the officer's attention. Meanwhile, the man crashed into the police car, causing the officer to have an accident. The chase continued, and they realized that if they took unfamiliar roads, they might lose the man's trail. Rachel quickly made a decision and suddenly went the wrong way, causing the man to miss the turn and lose valuable time. They had successfully lost their pursuer, so Rachel dropped her son off at her mother's house and decided to continue driving alone. The man had found Rachel's car, and as he was about to get out of his car to approach her, Rachel accidentally hit his car with her mother's car, causing it to flip over. Rachel approached him with a golf club, and the man attacked her, telling her that every time she thought of her son, she would think of herself. The man had managed to enter Rachel's mother's house and claimed to be a police officer, stating that Rachel's son needed to come out of hiding and that her mother was injured. Rachel had sneaked into the house without the man noticing and managed to find her son hiding in a predicted spot. As the man heard some noises and went upstairs to their location, Rachel approached him. However, before she could do anything, the man kicked her. At that moment, the police were approaching the house. While the man was trying to drown Rachel's son with a cable, Rachel pulled out a pair of scissors from her back pocket and stabbed the man in the eye. As the man tried to get up, Rachel kicked him in the face and thrust the scissors into his eye all the way to the hilt. Finally, they got rid of this trouble at last.